It's the Cable
Little Mox Ruby here. You can die happy. I don't know, kind of like a weird thing to do. Like, you're dying. What are you happy about? This is not CeeLo and Ludi. And your spelling is appropriate. This is called Russkaga. Russkaga. What are you even second pick here, huh? Bunch of garbage. Oh shit, has some spiral. Thanks to the sub. Thanks 87 months. Well, we got a stew cooking. Maybe we can get the coveted academy. Yeah, exactly, Rando. Certainly set up well for Saga and such. Yeah, looks like Reanimator would have worked out. I feel like I kind of get sick of Reanimator though. It ends up being open a lot, so I end up drafting it a lot. Metamorph's gotta be better than Manifold Key here, huh? Key's good at the top. Turns it into a little draw engine. Metamorph plus Nettlecyst, though. That's pretty real. Mark Chalice is plugging Josh Johnson. I need to watch more stand-up. You think Reanimator's a one-trick pony? No. You can be like mid-range red-black. You can be like a 4-color control deck with some Reanimator sub-themes. Plays especially well if you're doing like the Flash Atraxa stuff. Because then you can also just like hardcast the Atraxa at a certain point. And there's Sneaking Reanimator, blue-black, pile of counters Reanimator. There's a bunch of different ways to build it. I'm just kind of getting sick of all of them. May you have your request played? You can. I'm sorry. I missed it there underneath Frodio's. I'm Rando thinks that they've become a snob. They used to love 90% of the stand-up that they saw, and now it's hard to find material that they like. Have you considered that you haven't become a snob? You've just become a joyless old crone, and it's becoming harder and harder to find laughter within your soul as it shrivels into a raisin. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just asking the question. I don't know if it was something that you'd considered. It's probably that. Sure. It's not being a snob. It's having a refined taste. You've developed your palate. Sure, Shadow Spear and Displacer Kitten are both cards that I could see playing in this archetype, depending on how the draft plays out. If I get enough chonkers, then Shadow Spear becomes very good. If I end up with like the turtle and Saga tokens and stuff. Is someone putting stand-up comedians in their mouth to develop a taste for them? So from what I know of stand-up comedians, is that it involves a lot of like travel from place to place, like living in shitty hotel rooms, and it's very isolating. So I would say that no, there aren't people putting comedians in their mouths to see if they develop a taste for them or not. Not enough, anyway. We'll put it that way. Well, Doom, assaulting someone is not the same thing as receiving a blowjob, so I don't really know why you'd bring up Louis C.K. here. Do people still go to stand-up shows? Oh, yeah. Last year I saw David Cross and Maria Bamford, and they both ripped. You hope Hannibal Buress is just a happy stand-up dude? He seems like it, huh? stand-up comedian slash whistleblower. I think the worst thing I've heard about Hannibal Buress is that he's like a landlord, which, fine, whatever. A little Bloatus action, huh? Mox Ruby and Black Lotus. We can kind of do whatever we want. We don't have to do this shit. We can do something good. A lot of good cards in this pack, though. Hey, random guy 1017. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to the 5 months. Hell yeah. So I'm thinking about splashing 4th here. The Crocus is also interesting. All right, Tater Chimp has been very patient. Tater says that this band live was the highlight of their year so far. Ooh. Very cool. We got a Cranberries cover. Watt and Carnation. I don't know, Ballista, Seed Shark, Fairy. Let's grab the Shark. You want to see Bill Burr? I enjoyed Bill Burr when I saw him. I caught him in Milwaukee, and we were surrounded by, like, very drunk, boisterous people. Out to have a good time. And the show's going really well, and the crowd's, like, reacting well and stuff. He's trying out a bunch of new material. And he tries an anti-trans joke that's, like, kind of mean-spirited, but he just, like, runs it out, and the crowd just fucking dries up. I've, like, never been more proud of Wisconsin. Just, like, silence. And Bill Burr's a pro, and he's just like, all right, time to shift, and just, like, never goes back to it, right? And then I watched the final polished stand-up special, and it just, like, wasn't there. Anti-trans BTids, where you're, like, making fun of trans people for existing, basically. It's a very cheap comedic bit that sees a lot of play from hacks. It's typically, like, one of 3 jokes that just get recycled ad infinitum. Or variations thereof. Not really Burr's style to punch down. No, but he has run some anti-trans jokes. He had one starting, not his last one. I think it might have been his, like, 3rd special ago. He opened with one. I was just like, come on, you're better than this. He is still the closest thing to a modern day George Carlin we have. I agree with that, Dubs. I don't even know if I would compare him to George Carlin, though. Like, George Carlin was, like, so explicitly that, right? Every time someone tries to mimic George Carlin, it's kind of a disaster, too. I guess there's Black Lotus. We don't have much else going to the graveyard, but maybe Black Lotus is enough. JRC says that George Carlin had specific targets for his rage, and Bill Burr rages indiscriminately. I don't think that's true, JRC. I think Bill Burr has evolved a lot as a comedian, and a lot of that has been narrowing his focus. A Saga would slap hard. A Saga would slap hard. An Academy would slap hard. Maybe both of them. Oh, wow. I'm going to take this Mana Vault. I don't think I'm going to have many lands for this Mox Diamond. This Mana Vault key just got good. Candelabra's not good yet. Oh, I agree with that, JRC. The Bill Burr's stand-up tends to be a bit more low stakes than Carlin's. I also think, like, the way you originally phrased it is probably accurate, looking at his early career. I was just delivered some cheesy eggs, and they're fucking banging. Yeah, we don't have the blue count for Force of Will, but we have the colors for the stack Faden. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Milligan to 8, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 42 months there. 3.5 years of seeing my hairy face draft cube brings you joy? Hell yeah. You don't think Bill Burr has ill feelings towards any group specifically? Oh, I would disagree with that, too. His recent interviews in comedy have had a certain anti-billionaire bent to them. A lot of free Luigis getting thrown out. The correct opinion. How do we do this pack, I feel like this deck has just not quite come together. Basalt Monolith's another good one for the Manifold Key. I think I want the No More Lies, though. Workshop. All right. Go back. I want the Manolith now. Oh shit, there's fresh herbs in this. Merrier? Yeah, that's the plan, huh? That's the plan. You think the younger generation takes criticism as outward hate sometimes? Yeah, I guess. I don't think that has much to do with stand-up comedy. The goal of comedy being to make your audience laugh, right? Not like lecture them or whatever. And you can include social criticism, but like, it's hard for me to imagine much less funny about just like ranting at kids or whatever. This is why the children have it wrong. Please laugh. You want to replace Star? I kind of dig it. We're 3 colors, we don't have like an excess of fixing. It's a card we can stash and play before we balance. And then it's there to like recur with Luris to get a draw engine going. And then it passively buffs the Null System Karn and such. Absolutely, Mark. Like the fucking example I was giving was like 3 or 4 years ago. I wasn't trying to shit on him or whatever. I was more trying to compliment my state. I was trying to brag about Wisconsin more than anything else. I'm a fan of Bill Burr. What do you want? More white mana than this? Oh, I don't think we actually need a mountain. Let's just do this. There's the Ottawa there. Let's do this. Perfect. You wouldn't depend me as a battle ball enjoyer. Well, the issue is it's not very good. Emrakul's another one that I love a lot. I draft that one more often because it's a little better. You're always going to get a different answer with that kind of thing, though, Scrapwork went. Yeah, I play a lot of Mutt. That currency converter card. Really enjoy that one, too. Interesting. So I could just library activate Retrofitter, and then I'd be able to activate library to draw next turn. I think that's worth doing. Tempting to just like shock Portable Hold a Cub, but I think we'll still have that line next turn. I have not bluff. Hell yeah, fancy art. How hard would a fucking Black Lotus fuck with this hand, huh? How would Writhing Chrysalis be in cube? Writhing Chrysalis has some, so like that card plays well if you have other Eldrazi stuff. If you have other things like Spring Spawn everywhere. And if you wanted to design a cube where it's a good card, that wouldn't be that hard. But I wouldn't put it into a cube by its lonesome unless it was like a peasant cube, where it'd be quite a good card. It's also competing with like some very strong red-green cards, right? Like Minsc and Boo and Red and 6 and such. You got to look at the day to make sure you've got plans Friday. You had to double check. Well, you'll be missed, Cnaz. You wouldn't mind them replacing Kavu. What's Kavu? Oh, the land thing, sure. The thought it should have gotten in. I can still block as a 4/4 here, so there's no reason to have it untapped, right? A little sloppy on my part. I think I'd thought through what I was going to do with the token on their turn and then just, like, click through it anyway. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, if I drew Black Lotus, I'd run out the Kitten, I'd play the Black Lotus, bling the Karn, so I'd have 2 Karn down ticks. Then I'd play the Luris, and then I would read by the Black Lotus, which would blink the Karn again. And then play the Dak Fade, which would blink the Karn again. It'd be a good turn is all I'm saying. Ooh. Board's starting to get groovy. Do. I've been really enjoying this cube season. I've been winning a lot. Chat's been awesome. What more do y'all want? What more could I want, Tom? Still looking forward to Horse Girl Friday tomorrow. It should be a nice break. I think I need one of those every once in a while. Is there a new cube soon? As we're like just started this cube season. There's a lot of power on there. On the draw, I feel like No More Lies is unlikely to line up. Hey, AJWR, thanks for the $5.50 tip. One for the covers playlist. Hell yeah. I feel like Balance could be really sick in this matchup. Not gonna mull a library hand on the draw. Nice. So they're not doing anything until turn 2, and then we'll just portable hole whatever their turn 2 play is, and should be alright. Were you all aware that the Metallica guitarists were the first musicians to ever teach themselves how to play the guitar? True story. Before then, every single person that learned the guitar learned it from an instructor. They learned it from somebody else. Revolutionized the game. Who instructed the first instructor? So what you're doing here is you're giving me like a chicken and the egg kind of question. And you think you're clever. You think you're real fucking smart. All right. So the guitar was not always the guitar, right? It evolved from other older instruments. So they were still instructors of those instruments as the guitar slowly evolved to become what it is today. The hurdy-gurdy over the guitar. I always kind of wanted a hurdy-gurdy. They look so fun. Oh, they play the monstrosity pre-combat. They get to start growing the bear. Just slowing them down, bounce the bear. I've heard that too, Jank Mage, that hurdy-gurdy are miserable to keep tuned. But if you don't mind playing an out-of-tune instrument, that's not a problem. I guess I play it, huh? What do I keep? Karn, 4th, Workshop, Battlesphere? Maybe I don't cast it. Would I draw in response to the bounce? No. I would fire off a 4th for 1. Maybe I should have played a land out and then floated off of it. Yeah, that would have made sense, Then I could still keep the workshop and do the line that I was talking about. I am the mighty monarch. One thing I like about this balance is I do get this fucking Canker Bloom off the board, right? Like, I could have just slammed the Battlesphere here, and then they just, like, pop it, and I've got a bunch of these anemic 1/1s that, like, make the balance screwy in the future. You have to, like, block off or something. And this way, we've got the Monarch. We know they've got, like, a bear that doesn't have haste. And now we slam Battlesphere, and it's just going to be very hard for them to do anything. I think. Bear does have trample, so... Very cool. The Eureka Pile. That deck won too, but the second match was very close. Like, the opponent had one turn to rip an answer to Grizzlebrand off the top, and that happened. And they were playing like a blue-green deck with very few answers. Wait, did they just absent my fucking... For one, so like if you're attacking with a big trampler, you want your opponent to block first, and then you dick up their blocks. Because you'll just like trample over anyway. I was going to make that block regardless. I was just going to shove in front of the bear, but... Ooh. Almost interesting there. I think I'd really enjoy seeing the Native Howl live. I super lied. I wouldn't have all blocked last time. Well, maybe I would have, but it would have been wrong. Hell yeah. Even if it's not a cover, it doesn't matter. Well, you did donate. Okay. I didn't get a notification. Let me check my my history on the site. Yeah, I was over here, I was like, I kind of want to play this Tammy on turn 1, but then he gunks up the balance. Oh, fucking balance. Whatever. Well, it's not an answer. Kind of a fucked up little start, huh? The turn 1 balance plus Tameo. Turn 1 balance into Tameo, turn 2 Mere Battlesphere. I win? I got to win? Oh, good. Well, nice to win every once in a while. Feels like a matchup I want that No More Lies in, huh? That extra counter. Yeah, tomorrow now, in my Stream Elements activity feed, I don't see a donation. But if you're like sure you made it, you know, if it went through on your end, then post the song you want to hear in the chat, and I'll still get you. That's literally what I just did, Sinaz. I don't use Streamlabs anymore. It's Stream Elements now. Okay. Yeah, there's an issue. I redid one of the commands for the song request to have the right thing, but I haven't redone the donation activation thing. Yeah, the donate link in the stream description is updated, but the one in chat is not. Let's see. Sorry, this is a pretty new change. Yeah, your previous donation will still get to me. I just, like, don't have that handy because I'm not using them often. Use the chat link? You did. Yeah, that was my bad. Tomorrow now. I should have had it updated sooner. Like I said, it'll still get to me. Just let me know what song you want me to play. No problem. Appreciate that. All right, let's see what Tomorrow Now wants to listen to. This is a very interesting album cover. What's going on there? Oh, man. Can I draw a red source, please? I guess that's pretty good. I'd much rather steal it, but that's still pretty good. Am I supposed to flip this Tameo? Come a real question. I think no. I think I'd chill. Crack a clue looking for Mox specifically. That would have been quite greedy. Well, the good news is Dak should still be pretty good no matter when we get him down. Am I getting Hull Breachered here? Am I supposed to crack clue in response to the relic? Oh no, it's just to get lost. Sure. Well, it's a little less exciting. Why'd the Lyris hate the Force of Will and not like a giant fucking metamorph here, A giant fourth here. It's a very large loose focus. Boy, aren't they gonna be surprised. You notice I'm playing into days here. There's no chance they've got a daze. It's impossible. See, I told y'all. Zero chance. Not an especially exciting opener. I do like the workshops, even though we can't use it for anything. Oh, they're calling it mirror. Shit. Well, my 3-mana 1/1 isn't looking good against the 1/2. Well, at least they didn't have a library in their opener. Force negation pitching Strix. So they didn't run out the Strix with the idea that they wanted to reserve it as a blue card to pitch to the force. Grateful they didn't have the second blue to just cast it. That was not a good draw. We've had a couple good draws, but that was not one of them. Hey, look at us getting 2 damage in. Pretty happy with the colonnade serve here. Yeah, weird one. I thought it was like pretty fitting with the energy of today too. Very interested in what chat thinks of this one. How high am I on Luris? Very low. I'll play him in Black Lotus decks though. What you doing, Jace? Brainstorming? Yeah, bouncing the germ's not good, because then we just move the Niddle Cyst over, and they have to, like, jump and stuff. It's not great. Got me. Was I supposed to put Kitten first? I don't think so. Good now, though. You're scooping because we're just gonna grab their One Ring and we had them dominated. Like, they can't even, like, really pressure me in the air because I got, like, block and sack and stuff. So they didn't have pressure and I had everything. Interesting little game, though, huh? We did not do much for a very long period of time. Just like, yep. Neither deck's operating at full speed there. Have y'all seen anyone play Rafine yet? Yeah, a few times. Rafine's okay. It's, like, just not worth being 3. If it was, like, a 2-color card, it would see a lot more play, but it's just not worth going into 3 colors for. Yeah, I'd cut Rafine for sure. We drawn this Mox once. I think we did, like, literally once. I'm happy if I keep on drawing that Black Lotus. That was pretty good. I like how he makes the scat line, which sounds like just the most fucking ridiculous thing ever in the original. It makes it sound like corn and not ridiculous somehow. The line is like a licky boom boom down. How do you not make that sound stupid? And he just nails it. It's nice to chill at 7 cards in hand against people playing discard. It makes it very hard to take us off library. I recommend taking the balance. They disagree. Yeah, I was planning on dumping and balancing and making them sack a land. They might want the discard outlet. Yeah, it's just 4th. How do I feel about mashups? I like mashups. Some more than others. All right, this is the 7 Nation Army track, but it's in 7/4 time. Some parts of it sound very different. Stealing my monarchy. I can't even take it back because of the One Ring protection. They also made it like a lot more proggy and stuff. Really had a lot of fun with it. You could see this doing well in a vampire rave. Oh yeah. Oh man. That is a bummer. I almost wonder if Colonnade should be getting in. Maybe next turn. How are the vibes? Vibes are doing fucking excellent, Destruction. Hope you're well. I gotta choose between running out TMEO and Portable Holding my own Chalice here. I guess I'll play the hole. Really talented stuff. Some deck. Oh, they're not activating the One Ring because they're only at 6 life. They're worried about just dying. Interesting. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Tubbs Malloy. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 95 months there. This does play into Spell Pierce. I could play a land to play around that. But then they don't have to sack to land to balance. Kind of defeats the purpose, huh? Yeah, Manifold Key One Ring could make sure that I get to draw a bunch here. I think I want to get the Tameo down. This is a little bit more aggressive. In a good way. That's a force negation on my Manifold Key. I know a lot of people consider this like an all-time great cover. I'm not high on a Dagon Crow. I think I gotta play it. We're just very close to dead is the thing. Oh, they don't have a white source for the colonnade, and that's nice. It's a bold shock. I guess less bold if they're killing me. Yeah, 6 plus 3 is 9, so that means I can't let 2 damage through. Yeah, the 4th would be really good. Or any of our sweepers and stuff. I think I might be shit out of luck here. Fractured could get a blocker out of the way. Oh, hey. Can I fracture my own ring? Yeah, but it would be a good line. We've got better. We only have like 7 cards left here. We can just draw our remainder. You'll see in a sec. Just chill. Trying to think if I can sneak in lethal. I don't think I can. Deal with 2 flyers. Maybe I can draw some cards about it. See if that helps. Now I can't blink this coveted jewel. It's not part of the plan. Yeah, I think we got him. Seems like plenty of mana. Is it Fiend of May? It is not, but we're only attacking with one creature, so it should be okay. Can you blink a walker? No, that'd be illegal. You'd get arrested. Yay. Oh, nice little trophy. Never land. Yeah, the cat kind of opened things up,